Hey Bulldog fans, welcome into this week's edition of the Student Athlete Spotlight presented by Coca-Cola. I'm John McAfoose today. I'm happy to be joined by Samford quarterback Michael Hiers. Mike, appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Well, I want to start by just talking a little bit about your journey to Stanford, how you ended up here in Birmingham. First of all, you're a local guy, played at Briarwood Christian in high school, and then you went to Murray State for a couple of years, one as a redshirt, then played a little bit in your second year. Then you go the JUCO route, Northwest Mississippi Community College, have a lot of success there, and number one pro-style rated JUCO quarterback, and then obviously looking to move up a level, and Chris Hatcher's the guy that recruited you a little bit out of high school. Obviously, you're familiar with Samford, so was Samford a university that was always on your list? Was it a place that you knew you wanted to end up? How did that process kind of unfold for you?
Yeah, so absolutely. I mean, I think Coach Hatcher mentioned this, but he kind of recruited me a little bit out of high school. And then I ended up going to Murray State, was there, like you said, for a couple of years. But then once I got back into the JUCO and recruiting and everything, I really, from just because it's not only my hometown, but, the production, the offense and quarterbacks put up, Stanford obviously was very high on my list. And so I'm very blessed to end up here.
You just mentioned this a little bit, but how much did Chris Hatcher's history of developing quarterbacks play, and how much were you able to see the kind of numbers that Devlin Hodges and Chris Holodokin and Liam Welch put up when they were wearing Samford uniforms?
Right, it was huge because I know Devlin and Liam a little bit. We've trained together, and so I was keeping up with them. I'd come to some games here and there when I was in town, and just watching the offense and how much production and. It was unbelievable, and I think Coach Hatcher is really good at developing quarterbacks, so it was definitely a big reason for me coming here.
Well, an excellent first start for you and an excellent result for the team, a win at home against a top 10 ranked Kennesaw State team, and you were very efficient, nearly 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. How high was your confidence throughout that game?
It was very high. I mean, we practice every day, go to work, and I have a lot of trust in my receivers. My O-line does a great job, so as hard as we practice, I really felt like if you practice hard enough, then it should just reciprocate in the game. So
you're most happy about getting that win, but you're also the SoCon Offensive Player of the Week after your first week. I mean, that's got to feel pretty good for you too.
Yeah, it was cool, but like you said, more important that we beat Kennesaw and started the season off strong.
Well, you spread the ball around a lot, too. I think you hit 6 different receivers. Kendall Watson had a huge game, almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Chandler Smith had a couple of touchdowns, but you were getting everyone that you were targeting some completions. Just talk about being able to spread the ball around and watching those receivers work and pick up some yards after the catch, too.
Right, and so that makes my job a lot easier because I'm just trying to get the ball out quick to playmakers because we have so many guys on our team that can just go make plays once the ball's in their hand, and they all do a really good job at just getting open. And it makes my job a lot easier to just do that. So,
want to make sure we give some love to the offensive line as well.
Absolutely.
They don't get a ton of love all the time, but they did a really nice job of protecting you, and they also really allowed Jay Stanton to have a quietly good game.
Right, and that was against a very good Kennesaw State defensive line too. So they were very impressive, and they've been impressive all camp. So I expected nothing less. So.
Well, you got a big one this weekend, and there's no sugarcoating how good your opponent is. I mean, it's the Georgia Bulldogs. They're the reigning national champion. It's their home opener. They're going to have a big size advantage at the line of scrimmage. But when you look at a game like this, what do you want to get out of it, and how does a game like this make you better for the rest of the season?
It is the reigning national champions, but I think it's just another game on the schedule. You got to go compete. I don't think you really look at it any differently than you look at any other games. Besides, obviously, there's going to be a lot more people there, and national television and stuff like that, but I don't think you go into it any differently. I think you're supposed to treat every game the same. We've prepared the same, so you've got to go out and execute.
How excited are you just to walk into Stanford Stadium and play in front of a big SEC crowd?
I'm very excited. I've said this, but when I was at Murray State, we actually played them for their home opener, and I knew it was going to be loud, but it was even louder than I anticipated, so it'll definitely be fun, get the adrenaline going a little bit. So.
Yeah, I think their home opener after winning a national championship might even be a little bit louder than your first experience.
It might be a little
there.
louder.
Yeah.
So
Looking forward to that for sure. All right, Michael, we're going to end with some rapid-fire questions. We're going to do some about you and then some about your teammates.
Okay.
So starting off with some simple ones. Any siblings?
I do. One sister.
Okay. Any pets?
I do. I have a golden retriever.
Okay. Name?
Marley.
Okay. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh my gosh, I'm going blank. Country. Take Me Home. What is that song?
Country Roads.
Country Roads. Thank you. I went blank.
Who would play you in a movie?
That's a great question. We'll go with Leo. I like Leo.
Okay, good choice. Favorite food spot in Birmingham?
I like Soho a lot, so I'll go Soho. There's a lot.
Yeah, there are. You can't really go wrong with food options.
Yeah.
Soho is a good choice, though. Favorite sport outside of football?
Baseball. Or golf. Golf is, play golf a lot.
Okay. Did you play? You played baseball in high school. Did you
I
golf
did.
also?
I didn't. I started golfing when Corona hit.
Okay.
So I kind of picked that up and play as much as I can in the
Okay.
summer when football's not going on.
What's on your bucket list that you've never done before?
Kind of want to go skydiving. Never gone skydiving. Want to see it. The adrenaline rush. I've heard it's pretty interesting. So I kind of want to do that.
Dream job after sports.
I would love to be like a sports agent or like kind of work with like a like a professional team.
All right, we're gonna move on to your teammates. Who's got the best pregame playlist?
I think DJ plays on it, so his is pretty good. DJ Hiers. I'm trying to think who plays it. They all switch out, so I really have.
It's probably tough too. You've only had one
it's
game
probably,
so
yeah,
far.
I've
so
had
you
one
don't
game,
really
so
know.
it's kind of tough. Yeah.
Who's the smartest guy on the team?
I know Gavin's really smart, so but I still don't know. I mean, I've only been here for 8 months, but yeah, Gavin. I know Gavin's really smart, so we'll go Gavin.
Funniest teammate?
Luke Byrne, unfortunately.
All right, we asked who played you in a movie. Who would play Chris Hatcher in a movie?
I think Billy Crystal was a good one. We'll go with Billy Crystal.
Who's got the best shoe game?
Oh, we'll go with Jamie. Jamie Motley Simmons. We'll go with Jamie.
Best bromance on the team?
Oh, I'm going to say Kaz and Luke for sure.
Okay.
Kaz and Luke.
Most likely to be late to practice?
Ty, I feel like Ty's rolling in a lot, so we'll go with Ty. Ty's always rolling in right at the end, so.
Mike, appreciate your time, man.
Absolutely.
Good luck this weekend against
Thank
Georgia.
you, I appreciate it.
That's quarterback Michael Hiers. I'm John McAfee. That'll do it for this edition of the Student Athlete Spotlight presented by Coca-Cola.